Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining me for my review-a-thon. I'm doing another one of these. I did one, I don't know, maybe a month ago or so, and I got really good feedback on it. So many of you enjoyed the ability to just watch a bunch of videos at once if you wanted to, or, you know, space them out, watch them at your own convenience, and also have a lot of reviews all at once. So I'm going to go ahead and do that again, and the first product I'm going to talk about is a new eyeshadow primer from Coastal Scents. This is a product I really like, and I'm going to tell you why over the course of this review, obviously. Basically, what you've got here is a Worx eyeshadow primer. Comes in a golden tube. It squeezes out, and that's a good thing because with a lot of primers, I know people prefer a squeeze tube as opposed to the wand because you can't necessarily get all the product out when you have the wand, and it's a very rigid tube. So basically this squirts out and you are getting not just a typical creamy neutral skin toned eye primer, but you're getting something with a lot of shimmer to it. So if I were to blend this out on my hand here, you can see it blends and it does not end up feeling tacky at all. Like if I wasn't watching myself do this, like I can't even feel the product there anymore. So it's kind of nice in that it does blend to a completely, you know, you're not feeling like you've got a lot of heavy product on there. It's very lightweight, and once you get it all blended on, you do have a sheer sheen there of shimmery color, basically. And my first, skeptical point in my mind when I tried this is, why would they come out with this as their standard eye primer and it has shimmer in it? What about matte colors? Are they still going to look good on this? And the information that I was reading about claims that, you can still get a matte effect over the top of this. And so I thought I would show that to you here. Here is the Worx eye primer just as is. I just got a little, small, less than a pearl-sized amount, and this is what you get out of that. So a little bit does go a long way. It spreads out and blends very easily. But that is just the primer. This is the primer with a shimmery shade over the top, and I feel like it enhances it even more. Here it is with the matte shade over the top, and get a really close look at it. I feel like it, well, okay, comparatively speaking, yes, this does look more matte, but under a microscope, I mean, I guess I could still see a hint of shimmery quality still under that. Or, since this was a completely white shade, the shimmer kind of shows through as sort of like I showed you, this kind of pinky, not necessarily pink, but like a champagne off-white, like a neutral shimmer. So it kind of does show through on your lightest matte shades. So that's something to think about. If you really like using shimmery products and you love the effect, this kind of a metallic practically look under your shades, this is only going to enhance those colors. And if you love that look, this would be great for you to invest in. $14.95, I mean, that's a pretty good price compared to maybe what you would spend at Sephora for an Urban Decay primer potion or a Too Faced shadow insurance. Although it's not that much less, it's just a few bucks less, I guess. But if you enjoy that, this is good. However, if you do continually use matte shades and that's kind of your thing, I don't quite see the point in having this if you like only matte colors, because you're just going to work a little bit harder to be like covering it up. So there I would say, get your Palladio eye primer or your Urban Decay primer potion, Too Faced shadow insurance, those things that are going to go on and not give you anything to contend with. You're going to get that purely matte look. But if you like shimmer, I think this is nice. I've used this just alone because I love the look of it once I put it on my eye just as is, and I'm like, okay, I'm happy with that, So I guess so far I've just been talking about it appearance-wise, and in terms of that, I think it is pretty, and I like it. I like it when I'm doing shimmery looks, or I like to use it alone. Now, in terms of staying power, it has the same degree of staying power as the other primers I've used, I've got to say. It's interesting in that it doesn't leave behind sort of a tacky finish there. It feels entirely smooth, which at one point I thought primers had to have a little bit of tackiness so they would kind of grab and hold on to the shadow, but that's not necessarily the case. I mean, this goes on very smooth, but I found my shadows still lasted as long. And in addition to that, I mean, there was one day where I was having a real sneezing attack. Like, I think I was having some kind of allergy issue. I sneezed a lot, my eyes watered a lot. There was a little bit of moisture coming up on the inner part of my lid, and I checked it, and I think I may have also been rubbing my eyes a little bit too, and yeah, the shadow had rubbed off there. So in the event of an intense sneezing episode, I think you may have a little bit of a staying power issue here, but in the event of a normal day, you know, just wearing this typical, you know, day-to-day obstacles that you may have, I think this will hold up just fine. I just thought it was important to show you how it does come off and how well, you know, it can look matte, but in a sense, when you get really close, it's like, I still see a little shimmer there. So just something to be aware of. If you're a huge fan of shimmery shadows and that's primarily what you use, I think this would be a good thing to pick up. So thanks a lot for watching this review, guys. I hope you have a great day and stay tuned for more videos.